Today we discuss the subject matter that says gratitude versus negativity. Everyone knows what negativity means? What does negativity mean? It means someone who is always very pessimistic about life. Someone who always sees the dark cloud. Not the silver lining, but they focus on the dark cloud. Negativity means the one who sees the glass as half empty versus the glass that is half full. You know, my friends, there's a beautiful saying that goes, if we are not grateful for each and everything in our life, then we are taking those things for granted. I'd say that again. If we are not grateful for each and everything in our life, then we are taking those things for granted. You see, the major cause of any significant negative things in our life comes from the lack of gratitude. Some years ago, we coined the phrase, let gratitude be your attitude. And therefore, today we will examine this concept of gratitude and see how that concept helps us to remove any negativity, negative thoughts and emotions in our life. I want to ask you a question this morning. How many of us are grateful for the health and strength that we have when we are well? How many of us? Don't show me your hands. Think about it. Or do we remember how important our health and strength is only when we get sick or we're in an accident? Is there a contrast? Is it true that every single day we say, Lord, thank you so much for health and strength? Or is it that when we are sick or when we are diseased or when we're damaged in an accident, do we say, Lord, I really wish I could be back in that state of health and wellness? Do we every single day say, Lord, thank you so much for the job that I have, for the earnings that I have? Or do we remember that, how important that is when a company is right-sizing or downsizing, as some people say, or when there is cutbacks and layoffs? Do we every single day, my friends, are we grateful for the loved ones in our life? The husband, the wife, the children, the brother, the sister. Do we every day say, Lord, thank you so much. I am grateful for those people in my life. Or do we realize how important that is when the relationships are not so well? Or when we need to speak to someone else about that person, about the good times that you would have had. You see, my friends, when a relationship goes sour or a relationship has problems in it, that person or those persons who are experiencing that problem, you know what they're doing? That person or those persons are reflecting on the person that they once loved. The qualities in that person that they once loved, and they're comparing it now to what that person is not. And therefore, when that comparison is made, then the person's mind go into turmoil. And therefore, when in instances like that, you realize that those individuals are not grateful for the relationships in their life when it is good, but it becomes so very pronounced in their life and in their minds when that relationship goes sour or ulta, it goes wrong. Negativity creeps in when the mind and the heart are not grateful. I say that again. Negativity creeps in when the mind, the thoughts in the mind and the emotions in the heart are not expressing gratitude. You see, Kabir Das gave the world a very beautiful doha. He says, Put pyaro pitahi ko gohari laga dhya lobh mitai hathi de apan gaya bhulai. He says, in this world, it is like what God has given to you, it is like what the father and the son's relationship is like. Puta pyaro pita hi ko, the little child goes running towards the father. Go hari laga dhyai, and he runs continuously towards the father. Lobh hamitai hathi de, the father puts a little mithai or candy in the hand of the son. And what happens after? Apana gaya bhulai. When the child receives that candy, the sweetie, the mithai, the child forgets the father and he runs away. Tulsidas, very beautifully in his Ram Charitramanas, he says, Dukh mein sumiran sab kare, sukh mein kare na hoy. He says, when do you remember God? You remember God when there is difficulty. He says, my friend, remember to be grateful in the times of success and happiness and wellness and goodness. Those are the times, he says, remember to be grateful. Because when the cycle changes, and life will bring ups just as much as it will bring, Sandra, downs. And therefore, when we remember to give thanks for when things are good, when things hit the reverse cycle, when things are not so good, here is when you would have practiced the ability to express gratitude. So I want to ask you a question this morning. Can sorrow, can sadness envelop or overcome a person who is expressing gratitude? Please answer that question. If you are grateful about something, can you be sad and sorrowful? It's difficult to be, isn't that so? Or even, you want to be negative, you want to be angry. But if you're grateful about something, is it easy to be angry or negative? Think about it. Sincerely grateful, not I am thankful for you. That's lip service. I'm talking about gratitude from your heart. When you are expressing that thank you for whatever it is or anything, can you entertain gratitude and anger at the same time? Think about it. You cannot. You cannot do that. And therefore, this morning's katha is about training our body, our mind, and our intellect to overcome this something that is called negativity. I know many people say, Babs, I am not a negative person. Remember the law of attraction? Whatever you think about, whatever you focus on, whatever you give importance to, that is what will expand in your life. Kabir and Kesha, whatever you give importance to, that is what will expand in your life. And I'll give you a simple example. How many of us have bills to pay? Please show me your hands. How many of us, when the bills come, we say, oh gosh, another bill, show me your hands? Ah, that is negativity. When the bills come, kiss them and say, Lord, thank you, because I have money to pay the bills. And you would say, Bab, sometimes I don't have money. You know what you need to do? Write on the bill, thank you for the money that is coming. Why? Why do we have bills? Bills are there because someone or some company has provided a service for us that we have enjoyed, didn't we? You pay insurance for the car, you pay light bill, you have internet, you have phone, so many luxuries we enjoy. And when time to pay the bill, oh gosh, and next bill. You see, when you think like that, it is subconscious, but you are generating a negative. And therefore, we must look for the opportunity. We must seek out the opportunity to be grateful. Even when there are things that we speak subliminally negative about. So, when the bill comes, thank you, thank you, thank you, Lord, for this opportunity. But if you have the money, thank you, Lord, for giving me the money to enjoy this benefit, so I'm paying the bill. Not, oh Lord, not another bill. You see, when you think like that, and your emotions are like that, what will expand? Oh Lord, another bill. Oh my, so much bills, so much expenditure. You will expand the negative. But when you think, thank you, Lord, for the benefits of this service, thank you, Lord, for the money that I can pay for this. And more importantly, if you don't have the money at the time or things are difficult, write on the bill. I'm telling you, do this. Write on the bill, thank you for the money that is coming to pay this bill. And you know what will happen? The money will come. And I'm giving you the example of money. But think about the relationships in your life. Are we really grateful every single day for the relationships that we have in our life? You know, sometimes the people that are closest to us are the people that we take for granted. The people that are closest to us, we are susceptible to hurting the most. And therefore, we should remind ourselves every single day that we should express gratitude. Because when we are grateful, we are dispelling the ability for any negative thoughts or words to come into this body. I would like to give you a little story as I conclude my message this morning. Have you ever seen a giraffe have a baby? Go and Google it. And every time a mother giraffe gives birth to a baby, do you know how she gives birth? The mother giraffe doesn't sit down or lie down to give birth. The mother giraffe stands, and from about 8 feet up in the air, what happens? Baby giraffe, ploops, hits the ground. That's God working his wonders. And when the baby giraffe hits the ground, what the baby does? Crawls up and remains very quiet. And what does the mother do? She takes her lips, goes down and kisses the baby. And then one kick. And what happens? The baby giraffe jumps up and stands. And then what does the mother giraffe do? Boop, boop, another kick again. And then the giraffe falls down, the baby giraffe falls down, and then gets back up automatically by itself. What is the mother doing? Hurting the child? Expressing hate? You see, if you and I were that baby giraffe, would we be thinking negative, or would we be looking for the positive in that? You know what the mother giraffe is thinking? God has planted into the mother's mind, lions and tigers and leopard, they love giraffe meat. And therefore, if my baby doesn't learn how to get up and stand up and run, if there is a need to, my child would be victim, prey to those other animals. And you see, my friends, sometimes even when the negative things happen in our life, when there's an accident, when we lose our job, or where there's a cutback, or there's a challenge in the relationship, whatever it is, we must not focus on the negative. Because if we focus on the negative, what will expand? More negative. But if we are grateful for something, and I often tell people this, you need to be grateful for everything. And I've heard people say, Baba, you don't know my husband, huh? How, or my wife, huh? How could I be grateful? And long katha. You must find, you did not marry that person in the first place because you didn't like that person. Isn't that true? You were not lovers or boyfriend and girlfriend in the first place because you hated each other. Isn't that true? There was something, or there were some things that you loved, that you enjoyed, that you are grateful for, you were grateful for, that caused that relationship to come together. Baba, I lost my job. How could I be grateful? How could I be grateful if I have lost my job? Well, start like this. Lord, thank you that I have been able to have a little rest. Lord, thank you that this is the first time I've lost my job. I have been working for all these years. Lord, thank you for allowing me the time, now that I am not working, to organize other aspects of my life. Lord, thank you for giving me the chance to spend time with my children. Those are the things that you need to focus on when there's a negative event to bring about an attitude of gratitude. You see, every single thing that happens in your life, there is an opportunity. I'd say that again. There are at least 10 opportunities, Pat. At least 10 opportunities for every negative thing that happens for you to be grateful about. And therefore, when you start filling your being with this attitude of gratitude, you would find that only abundance of positive things will start filling your life forever. I conclude this morning with a very beautiful quote I came across about 4 a.m. this morning, written by the Gautama Buddha, the founder of Buddhism. Listen to what Gautama Buddha says. He says, listen carefully, Rihanna, he says, let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we would have learned a little. And if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least be grateful you didn't die. So, let us be thankful. It seems very simplistic, but Gautama Buddha is showing us, he's reminding us that no matter what has happened in your life, every single day, find something or some things to be grateful for. He says, let us rise up and be thankful. For if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we would have learned a little. And if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. Notice he changed the subject. Find something that you should be grateful for. But if you did get sick, he says, at least thank God you didn't die. He's reminding us that go out every single day and search for an opportunity to be grateful. Every single moment, my friends, at least in the night, before you go to sleep at night, in your prayer, if you know no other prayer, learn this one. It is a Maha Mantra. It goes like this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you can learn that mantra and offer it with love and with sincerity and devotion, my friends, you would find that your life will be filled with all the positive abundance that you so choose for yourself. Prem se bolo Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki.